But yeah. What's going on, people? It's your boy A-Los. We got Elmo in the building, and we got a special guest on canpodcast.
Yes, come on, Raymond. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's been a minute. Yo, my name is Raymond. I don't even have a tag, but I was like, yo, Raymond, and like, I come out with
Ray. I can't even lie. I thought you were gonna hit us with a new name or something.
I was like, what you changed, bro? Pandemic gave me a tag. A whole pandemic gave me a tag, bro. Imagine, like, it's bare late in life now to be coming around like, yo, man, cool, man, I'm still in it, cause yeah, bro, that's how man is in it, bro. But yeah, bro, I was saying it's a blessing to be here. So big up you lot. I see what you lot are doing. You hit me up. I was like, boom, this is something I need to come to.
Yeah, it's been long overdue, man.
Bro, it's man. It's been a minute, bro. I haven't graced the podcast mic in a minute, and I say grace like this is like it's bare natural for me. But obviously, you lot know I had my own or have my own podcast.
You have.
So I have, and it's pending, bro. There's me trying to pack it away. It once existed and shit like that. It's there, and obviously it's called like Peace and No Mind, so I'll give that the light plug. A whole pandemic put that to a pause for a minute. And yeah, bro, just been working mad still, bro. So yeah, I was just saying to Elmo earlier, bro, like I ain't been Tottenham in time. There we go, bro. It's just one of those. Like, I have little kind of like touch points, like the bakery, the Costa, the Rectory Road. My boy used to live up there. So yeah, bro, coming around him, man was walking around in circles like, oh wait, swear he told me like this. Nah, I don't even know. You know what? Fuck it. Yo, help man out still. Yeah.
We're here now.
We're here, bro.
Man, it's good. It's really good to have you. I think I mentioned to Aaron, like even before we revamped and whatnot, like on our old when we first initially started, I always said, like, Raymond, we need to sit down.
Conversation with Raymond. We said that from the beginning, bro. Literally,
bro. Don't gas it up to the audience.
Nah, we ain't gassing. This is
like an hour deep. Like, well, you wanted this guy. So what
about me?
No, bro. That's what I mean, innit? And that's what, even, bro. There's times when we've been out on nights, and it's the way that we've been speaking about different things. I'm like, bro, it's just too easy. And obviously, you lot like you have the knowledge when it comes to the music and shit. And like, bro, that's the stuff that gets me excited, innit? When it's just like, what have you had this? You had that, that, and da, like bare opinionated on things, and you know, those are the best ways to just discuss stuff, bro. It's like I sit here and I don't know.
When it comes to that stuff, like we really chop it up and go deep with it.
Mad.
Definitely.
Mad.
But we've got. I was saying to Aaron was like to me, what can we talk about? Can we talk about?
What's been going on in the world?
And the first thing I said is I wanted to play on your whole concept of peace of no mind. The whole aspect of having. Obviously, it's you play on the word peace. I want to talk about having a peace of mind.
Mad. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In this climate, in this day and age.
That's an underrated thing.
Yeah, bro. Like I feel like sanity.
Yeah.
It's so underrated. Sanity, just to be able to wake up in the morning and know, and just have and just be grounded in who you are, what you're doing, just life, and not kind of looking at the smoke screen of what celebrity is or what you know. Obviously, going into certain careers, it comes with a certain level of exposure and celebrity, but not necessarily. Obviously, this thing that we're doing. When it touches certain people, we become some sort of influencer as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So when we do have certain conversations and it hits right with certain people, we become not necessarily celebrities, but some sort of equivalent to an influencer, because we're influencing an emotion or feeling or something. Do you know what I mean? But for me, you know, I'm thankful for the position I'm in. You know, obviously it took a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifices in terms of what I've invested in, this, that, and the other, innit? But more than anything else, my bro, more than anything else, I carry my peace of mind, my mental health so high. So high. Like I don't let. Obviously it's hard because you're human still. There's so many things and so many ways you could be affected by just the smallest of things, depending on, you know, where you are in life and your circumstances, you know, whether it's you know, if you're having money issues, life issues, housing issues, any issue, you know, the smallest thing can flip a switch in you and you could be in a situation where, you know, you're looking at yourself, or maybe you're not, and you're just in a deep hole.
Yeah, bro, it can flip so easy, innit? And like, I'm sure all of us have been in mad situations where it's been tested and challenged, innit? Yeah. But I think it's one of the mad ones where no one really it's more so in the last few years, but no one really speaks about like the endurance like thing of life, right? So when even in school and stuff, like you're obviously told like, yo, this will make you unhappy. These are the material possessions you need to, but you need to go to uni, you need to be da la 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 la. And don't get me wrong, these are like things that will push you along the way to give you some form of security. 100%. But no one ever says like, rah, you have to maintain your mental state in it. Like life will rock you, but how are you going to maintain the mental state?
That's something that they don't prepare you for.
Bruv, no one does, bruv. And they don't even give you tools. No. And bro, like luckily, like sometimes the communities we're a part of, really what we're asking each other and saying to each other, we are talking about it, but we're not saying it in the ways of like, bro, like hard times will come and your mental frame might be rocked, but it's very normal. And these are like, you've got us, but instead what we do is we speak about it in other ways where we don't talk about it like it's a mental state thing. We're just like, yo, bro, like don't worry, you got the family, you got the community, like and like we'll joke it off in it, we'll banter it off, but sometimes you need to say to your brother like, yo, bro, like, you know what I mean? Are you okay? Like, are you good? Yeah, exactly, bro. It ain't like let's sip tea, break biscuits, because that ain't everyone's like form of communication. But it's one of them like, are you good? And if you're not, bro, sometimes I don't even need to talk about the issue, but just know that I'm here for you, innit? Yeah. Or just you can pick up the phone and bro, we can talk shit about anything. But it's just one of them, just letting you know when the world does rock you. Yeah. Because life comes in seasons, right?
100%.
Comes in seasons, bro. You're not always winning 110, bro.
Sometimes you're just taking bare L's,
bro. And that's it, bro. But even that, like, life will have you, or the people around you act like the L's aren't existing sometimes, bro. So it's like you go on Insta, and I hate it. So this is the thing sometimes, isn't it, bro? I hate people like, bruv, you go on social media, bruv, and like everyone's promoting their best life and da-da-da. It's like, yeah, this is true, but then what's the next step after that? Like, you know that's what's happening. So what's the next step after that? How are you gonna safeguard your way of maneuvering through life? Like, are you gonna still be like, rah, every time I go on Insta, man, it rocks my brain, and then just keep repeating that? Or are you gonna, you know what I mean? Where's the next action? Let's talk about what's, you know what I mean?
What are you following? Who are you following?
Who are you following?
What's the pages that you're following? Like, Why are you following these pages,
bro? And what is it like, you know what I mean? What is it you want from it, bro? Like the best way I say it, like, and one of the things that I do is it's a big indicator, bro. When I'm around people, when I leave people, I'm like, how do I feel after I left those people? 'Cause I'm feeling like these are situations which are going to feed into man and help me feel like either secure. When I go on Instagram, when I go away from anything, I come away from it and I just assess like, how you feeling? Like, I know that sounds dumb, innit, but you might come off it and be scrolling for a bit. And if you're feeling like, right, you know what, man's feeling dread about everything that's going on, what's my future? Bruv, there's obviously something wrong in it, and what you're consuming ain't the thing you need to be consuming, right? So it's like, even with me, I took a massive break off Instagram, like for like probably, I say massive break, but it's only been like November, bro, but still that's a good break, bro. You see me in it.
That's a break, bro. Honestly, if you've had the discipline to break away from social media since November, you've got a discipline, bro.
I applaud you, bro, because that's not easy,
bro. It's not easy, but really, like, the real thing to me was like, and I ain't me high and mighty, bro. I'm not the Dalai Lama, and I don't have all the answers in it. But what I will say is it, like, there were times you'd go on Instagram and it's like, bro, I don't actually need to know what everyone's doing. In life, you're not meant to know what everyone's doing all the time, and you're not meant to know what I'm doing all the time, bro.
People like to compare themselves to other people
naturally, bro. Do you know what I mean? So if that's natural, bro, what am I doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I should be going on there with purpose or intent. So you lot got the podcast now. You're going on there to upload stuff because you're building an audience, you're building a community, right? So with me, it might be like, I'll go on it, but it's like, what am I going through everyone's stuff? Really, I shouldn't be like, what is that, bro? You've got stuff to do, you know? You got work to do, bro. Like, come off it, bro. Like, please, stop pretending.
So why do you feel like people go through stories or like going through different amount of stories on Instagram?
Really, bro, because no one likes spending time with themselves. And that's without acting like it's one of them, bro. Like, yeah, man, like, we're always wanting to be distracted by something. So if you're not on your phone doing the mad thing, you're going to be on your console doing the mad thing, or you're going to be something, like something constantly, bro, because as soon as you're alone with yourself, then you have to face up to, like, you know, you have to ask yourself deeper questions about, you know what I mean, bro, am I happy with what I'm doing? Or am I where I am right now? Am I feeling fulfilled? good. But then as soon as it starts causing a bit of discomfort, it's like, fuck it, let me start scrolling again and boom, boom, boom. And then you don't realize that you're just constantly medicating, bro, constantly in the vibe of like, yo, bro, like I'm just never needing to focus, innit? And like I said, bro, like Instagram, I'm not trying to demonize it. That's just one way, innit? It's just, to me, like if you know you're in a mad rocky place, then you need to work out what it is that's rocking you. And don't act like you can't see it, bro. That's all it is. So I was just, like I said,
more times than not, where we are in wherever that's quote unquote rocking us, we are in it, but we don't like to face it.
Exactly, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So
exactly, bro.
That like talking on like Instagram and whatnot, like the way even though I have a sense of discipline and whatnot, like I find myself sometimes when I'm up in the morning, first thing I'm doing is picking up my phone and obviously seeing the messages first, and then as soon as you know I don't see anything important, I'm straight off to like Instagram. I'm trying to scroll through like all the past couple of hours, who's been posting, who's not been posting, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily waiting for a post, but just it's become such a routine in our daily update. It's the constant
and that's
update.
What I mean, bro. It's a normal one, isn't it? So I don't want to act like it's a, like I said, going back to the Dalai Lama, big him up because there ain't nothing wrong with him, innit? But I'm just saying is I don't want to act like I'm high and mighty and be like, don't use Insta and then you can get better and that. But it is just one of those, like, and one of the dumbest things in it. And I clocked, like I said, in it, I just went into some mad like introspective space and like, started asking things. One of the dumbest things I clocked is like with Instagram, bro. I sometimes see it like, you know, like The Sims back in the day. You've got a character profile, right? So what you're doing is there's this online persona of who you want the world to perceive you as. So what you're doing is you're just constantly touching it up, like, throw up another little something on my feed. Like, you don't know I still know the good motives. You don't know I still hang with the like, you don't know. And then when it ain't the feeds, I got the story. Like, you know I'm at the sick place. You know I'm spending, and it's like, raw, like what you're constantly thinking about how other people are perceiving you, innit? So the truth is, if you were going there and you were just living freely and posting what you actually wanted to do, it's a bit of a different story. But when you're there second guessing, then you're doing it weirdly, like it's kind of mad. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
It's mad because it's like you're thinking about what other people think of you, but what do you actually think of you?
And I'm not going to lie, the people that you're worried about are thinking of you are also a piece of shit too. You're worrying about people. Brothers, like really, bro, and that's no offense to anyone, but people ain't got their shit together either, bro. So you're there, you're worried that, have they seen my story? Right, let me come back in a second. Oh shit, they see my story, they know I'm living good. That is weird, isn't it? When people can be real like about that. You would sit like, I know she seen my story. At least you saw that I was at this place today. So and if you ain't watched my story and the story is gone, there's a part of you where it's like, bruv, what was it?
Can't even upload that again.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I should put it on the feed still when it put it down on the feed. But it is all of that, bro. And it's like I said, it's not a demon thing, but it's just you need to catch your own bullshit in it. So you know what I mean, like you just get a bit older and you don't want to be lying to yourself about the intentions or the reasons why you're doing things. So if you're doing it, just do it wholeheartedly with your chest. I don't pretend that it's any other thing in it. So yeah, brother, it was just number one. Like I said, stop worrying about, like I was in the position where it was like, right, I don't actually care to update everyone all the time of what I'm doing. And number two, like I was coming away from it, bro. Like I don't have hate. So this is another one that I clocked as well. Like, so say for example, you ain't seen me in time, but if I've been uploading stories all that time, you think you know what I've been up to, innit? So when we see each other the next time, the type of, sometimes you might not even address that what you just seen, innit? So now, like, we're both gonna act like you haven't just been watching my thing for the last 5 months.
So what you been done?
So bro, you know I've been on holiday. You know I just come back from Ghana, bro. But you don't want to even talk. Like, so now we're in this weird pretend. So, but I hadn't seen you lot in time, and the first thing, it's all coming from a very real place. So to me, it's like, let's pick up from where we last left off, and let's really. So what you been on, bro? What are you working at? And all coming from a very sincere place, innit? Otherwise, it's, to me, it's just that a little bit performative, and that's all it is. I'm just trying to call myself out on the bullshit. So now I'm on it. Like I don't watch stories anymore. I go in with intention. Like just quickly look, it might be like 5-10 minutes, boom, 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 and then just come off. But if I had a product to promote or something else to promote, then I'll be using it differently. But because time is there in abundance, as soon as you stop using it, I used to wonder where the time was for me to even research something online. So, you know, sometimes you want to know a little bit more about something, but you don't even have time to, you're like, right, why didn't I ever Google that? Because you're on Instagram. Or you're
most of the time.
Yeah, more time. Why didn't I read that book, man? Sitting, because you were on something else, bro. Like, time was always there, bro. So you stop it for a bit and you're like, right, man's actually got bare free time. And your brain is full of less of like what is everyone else doing. So because you're not seeing what someone else is doing, you're not thinking about anyone else apart from the things that are directly impacting you every day. So I'm getting up, like, so anything that I'm thinking about is things that are impacting me. Exactly. I'm not trying to welcome new thoughts of like what everyone else is doing to make me feel some type of way. Because yeah, man, it's everyone's doing the same thing. Cause I know I'm performing.
You know what, it's mad that you said that, like in terms of, you know, with all the Instagram stuff and everything that's going on, and once you put that on a pause and you can fully see what's in front of you and focus on that. And say, okay, listen, I need to do this, or I need to do that. I need to sort this out. I need to sort that out. But once all these other social media stuff is in front of you, it kind of like blinds you a bit.
100%, bruv. And you start second guessing yourself and your own mission and what it is that you want to do. And you, like I said, it keeps going back to that caricature, bruv, and just trying to maintain who it is that you think the world wants to see. But it's like, who is it? What is it you're working on, innit? And I like that surprise element where you just pop up and be like, hey, motherfucker, like, I'm back. Like, you know what I mean? I've been working on this for 6 months. Like that's the way sometimes I like moving anyway, but that's just my way in life anyway. Like not do too much, not show too much, not talk too much, because unless you need to know about things, innit? But yeah, man, there's a lot of blessings from it. There's a lot of communities that have been built from it. There's a lot of ways that people are connecting and, you know, feeling and keep building memories. So that's what I mean. It's not a demon thing. Nothing is, everything's tools.
Yeah, 100%.
So how you used to take them tools, bro, like it's totally up to you, bro.
That's how I kind of see it. Obviously, as much as I've been sat here saying, oh, you know, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. But at the end of the day, no one's holding a gun to your head.
Except by
go on Instagram.
Go on Instagram now, down. You know what I'm saying? So there is like, it takes a lot for someone to kind of understand or kind of recognize what it is that they're doing. If you understand what you're doing, then you can. There could be a side of you where it's like, okay, maybe not today. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not today. Maybe I need to just stay off everything today because I'm not in the mood. I don't want to see what this person's posted. I don't want to see what that person's posted. I swear to God, bro. Sometimes I'll go online and I see someone's post and I'm like,
they just piss you off, bro.
I just look at my phone. I'm like, what was I doing? What was I doing? I need to get back to work.
Bro, that's mad, though, because we've had times where like we've followed the same person and their stories just get on our nerves, and we might have seen the same story at the same time. Be like, yo, bro, have you seen this?
Yeah,
oh, fuck.
Just pick, you know what I mean? Yo, but I'm still looking at the story when it uploads again.
Yeah. I'm still gonna look at
volunteering to be pissed off. Like what sort of weird like technology? But it is, and that's what I mean. That no, we're not all. It's not about being a hater, bro. I like seeing people win.
Of course.
It ain't that, bro. It isn't. But we are all human. And sometimes, you know, seeing people active and doing the things that you think you should be doing can aggravate something in you, bro. You're human, innit, bro? So we're not above feeling right, it's not a hater thing. It's just like, bro, I want to be on holiday too.
Yeah, cool.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be at that motive too, bro. Like, it's that energy, bro. And you know what I mean? Sometimes that takes you away from the mission and you can, you know, you end up just watching too much and like seeing whatever. Bro, be chill, you're happy where you are. Look up, look down, be happy in both ways. Yeah. So that's the way that it is, innit?
Yeah, man. And there's also like, what's I gonna say? When you're what I don't. This is hard to say because I'll sit here and sound like a hater, innit?
No,
you're a hater.
I'm gonna sit here and sound like I'm gonna
fuck your post.
I'm gonna sit here.
Why are you posting?
Exactly.
They're gonna know shit.
No, I'm talking about them, boy.
I don't hope it's not someone specific, but what there's another thing that really gets to me as well. It's like the super positive people on the socials.
Oh, God,
they're so positive that it comes across like but I know you. Like, I know you.
My boy says the same thing, bro. He's like, bro, he loves it when all of these toxic people act like they're just not toxic in real life, innit?
Yeah.
Like, bro, and then, you know, we put that shit behind us because, you know, like, it's like, but really, bro, you're out here causing drama for everyone and yourself.
Yeah,
and yourself. Let's not forget
pretending.
yourself first.
Stop pretending. Come
on. Bro.
Like,
behave.
Like,
you
obviously, when you're saying stuff, sometimes you say it to remind yourself.
100%.
I always say this, like, don't ever feel the like bad for giving people advice, because more times than not, you're just saying it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? When I speak to anyone, and they talk to me about issues and stuff like that, I'm on good head. I've got good head on my shoulder. I'm balanced in terms of just the way I kind of think in it. So when I give someone a thought or an opinion or anything like that, first and foremost, I'm giving that to myself. I'm like, okay, if I was in a situation, obviously it's hard to be like, you know, if I was in your situation, because it's no two lives are the same. Yeah. No two situations will ever be the same. The way you deal with anything is different from the way Aaron will deal it, the way I will deal with it. You know what I mean? So in any case, the way your situation is elevated like that would have potentially not been the same way I would have approached it like that. If that would have happened, I would have went left. You know what I mean? I would have left that. But just in general, like when I speak to anyone, like when I say anything in terms of advice or opinion, I'm giving that to myself first. I'm giving that to myself first. You know what I'm saying? When Aaron comes to me and he's got like a girl issue, I'm always like, okay, here we go again. Part
18.
I'm like, so you listen? Stop fucking.
You know, I can't lie, Cam Podcast. I had a feeling he was gonna throw my name in there. I had a feeling. No, guy's moving like he's Oprah.
I've had to like prop up Aaron a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? More times than not, I'm not bringing him up just to kind of put it down. But I'm bringing it up because more times than not, when I'm giving him advice, I'm giving myself advice. Because I'm like, okay, if my boy is in this situation, because I know Aaron, how he is, you know, as a person, you know, he's just as balanced as me, you know, as a good person, this, that, and the other. So if it could happen to him, it could happen to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I'm talking to him, when I'm giving him advice, it's not like hunky-dory, yes, positive.
It's raw and
it's
uncut.
Not. It's raw. It's not.
That's why I go to him, though. I don't want to go to someone and they're like,
they give you,
you know what? Like, it's going to be okay. No, I don't want to hear that, bro. I want you to be raw and raw with me.
Don't get me wrong, there's times where you might need to hear that, innit? I hear what you're saying about there's a forced positivity, right? But the problem is that realism, innit? And what sometimes people do when the forced positivity is they think that by constantly being that, like, nothing bad will happen, innit? I'm not anti that, innit? However you get through life, do your thing. But the thing is, you don't need to be showcasing everything all the time. Like, to be positive, you radiate that sometimes, bro.
100%.
And that doesn't mean that you're not feeling it, but don't tell everyone like, when they're going through real problems, oh no, but don't worry, it's not. No, they're allowed to worry. Let them sit in what they're worrying about and let them come out on the other side when they're ready to come out, right? If they ask for words of encouragement or you find it, then say what you need to, innit? But like I said, I won't shoot people down if they're like, oh, every day like the sun will come out. Because however you're coping with this thing called life, do your thing, innit? But if you know what I mean, if you're just doing it because you want the world to see that you're doing that and you're still sad and wallowing, then what are you doing it for, innit? And the question's always just, who are you doing it for and what are you doing it for, bro? More time. So yeah, man, like people do that and they're just usually doing it like either as a reminder for themselves or they're just masking it, bro.
Especially when you're doing it online.
The saddest, bro.
It's sad. It's sad.
Still.
And you can tell though, you can really tell because someone, it's a certain level of authenticity someone comes with when they're giving you, like, for instance, like you've seen a couple of books here, like Jordan Peterson. I'm not sure. I'm sure you've heard of it.
I've literally listened. So I'm not going to declare my love for Jordan on this still. I will. Shit. Nah, bro.
Yes.
Podcast, the books. But the guy speaks some stuff in it, and I studied psychology myself at uni, and some of the stuff he was saying, and that's what I mean. I was always interested in how that works and how you function with the world, and some of the stuff he's saying, the guy's just well read. So he's not saying it like in a space of
exactly.
Like,
it's not like, hey,
this says,
you want sweets?
No.
It's like,
tough.
no,
you need a mission.
You need a mission. Yeah, like you need to toughen up. You're a man. You're a woman.
But isn't that the old school way?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
isn't that the old school way though? Like of like our parents.
I don't think it's the old school way, bro.
Of like obviously. Because I say we're in the PC era, and how people try and sugarcoat everything and be soft with things. I'm saying that approach alone is a bit old school. Because the way my parents and uncles and all the siblings spoke to me as a teenager, not as a child, and as a young adult, it was pretty much straight up and straightforward.
And that don't work with everyone.
It doesn't work with everyone. It doesn't work with everyone.
There's a time and a place in it. But what some people don't have is that awareness of being like, what does this person need to hear and how do they need to hear it? But you're right, toughen up. Like, what do you mean it ain't a problem? Like, people are like, invalidating like what you're feeling. Sometimes, like I said, you're feeling it. You might not be showing it in a way that they like in it. That's all it is. But same way, if I'm being overly soft, it might not be the best thing for you at that moment either, innit? I think every situation is case by case. But the toughen up one's a bit mad. Life is tough, bro. It's not a toughen up, but life is tough. Yeah. So what's going to happen from here, innit? Like there has to be some truths that we have to work out how to move through with, innit?
I feel like your approach has to be, you need to be able to adapt to according to who you're talking to.
A little, do you know what I mean? It does, bro. It does, innit? Because the toughen up thing, it's not everyone, bro. They need to sit in it sometimes. They need to be sad and come to their thing afterwards. But you were saying something about reading books with like Jordan and stuff.
Yeah, I was just going to bring up the element of like, the false positivity. Yeah. You could be you could be like, you could be this. Just like you guys mentioned just now, there's ways in which people take information. There's ways in which people take advice. There's ways in which people just, absorb information. You know what I'm saying? And the way I feel like, that every Tom, Dick and Harry now is popping up and it's like a life coach. It's a woman coach. It's this bro. Coach or that coach.
It's that, who ordained you, bro?
Who are you?
It is, brother. I'm not going to lie. That was something that irked me a little bit, because you don't know I got this podcast, Peace of No Mind. Yeah. So to me, when I started this podcast, like it was like the mission of it was like, how do I find out what a peace of mind means to other people? Not because I'm doing it, because I have the answers, but because I'm as curious. And I realize that like there's a lot of people who I've known growing up who don't they don't like when you're speaking about what it is that keeps them happy or the way that they navigate through the world. You can't ask them like, how's your mental health? That language doesn't connect with someone, innit? Yeah. But what can connect with anyone everywhere and they can make their own explanation of it is, what does a peace of mind mean to you? That's up to you how you unpack it. But I remember early when I was doing it, I was worried about, and this is me worrying about like things that are out of my control, but I was worried about, am I coming off like this martyr dude? Yeah. Like, am I coming off like, Ray's going around like, whoa, like how's life? And like do you know what I mean, innit? And I started like second guessing what it was. And I was just like, I hope no one ever thinks I'm coming from a place of like, man knows it all. And I'm coming with like, all you need to do is be happy. It's like, no, really, I thought someone else telling their story, you hearing it might be like, bruv, you know what? I actually rate that guy as an artist or whoever. And the way that he broke it down and he told about his struggles, that's put a perspective on my life. Yeah. So that was it. Sometimes that was the intention, innit? But you're right. I think I do see a lot of like coaches and like these like weird gurus, and it is a mad space, bro.
It's a mad space.
And I think
it's the illusion of heroes now. It's like,
well, this is it.
Exactly. Like people are coming out and they want to play a hero. They want to be. I don't necessarily coming with the right intentions as well. When you're coming out and you are wanting to be this person that people come for advice, you're not doing it with the right intentions, because the way you're approaching it is more like a hero complex. It's like the celebrity complex. It's like, hey, come to my page. Do this. Hey,
6 ways that you can find out like how to find happiness.
That is so jarring.
But that's what I mean. Some people get their haps when they see that, innit? But you're right. There's a part of me, and I had this discussion with someone, and they were like, are these guys like just capitalizing off people's feelings?
Exactly.
Like, and there's like a lot of chat around like mental health and like people calling themselves like, they're like, I've got anxiety. Like, they just throw up bare terms that they don't always know the true meaning if it is medically diagnosed or clinically medically diagnosed.
Yeah.
So there's people who are like, yo, like this is how you live a better life. So what they're doing is they're like almost preying on individuals who are feeling a bit mad because they're on Instagram all the time.
Yeah.
So they're sad because they're on the app.
Yeah.
And then they're finding you on the app. And if sometimes...
do you know what I mean? It's a whole algorithm dedicated to people like that. It's like, do you want to find a person like this?
Yeah,
post like this.
Do you know what I mean? And that's what I mean, the algorithms. And I wonder, bro, I'm like, if you're doing the good work, if you're doing like
the Lord's work,
the Lord's work, like if you're doing the Lord's work, surely like you'd have no fame attached to it.
Yeah.
Surely you'd just be out here in the communities and really helping. I'm not saying you're not helping people, but surely you just be doing that shit like regardless. But why do I need 20,000 followers and then little brand endorsements to keep doing what I'm doing? It's mad, but I don't want to speak ill of anyone. Do your thing.
So you mean pretty much doing it out of the kindness of your heart instead of trying to turn it into a business?
Because it is, and it's like marketing plays. But maybe it is. You just want more people to find you, I suppose.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that to say don't put yourself out there, don't monetize it, don't. Obviously, if you're gonna do something, then there has to be an element of like transaction. Do you know what I'm saying? You need to be paid in some shape or form. But what I don't agree with is the whole, capitalism aspect of it. It's like,
I'm the one. I'm the right one. I'm the right one.
You know what I'm saying? So obviously we are doing this with this podcast, and we have certain goals, we have certain aspirations, we have targets. You know what I'm saying? And we want to reach those targets. We want to reach more people, and not necessarily to sit here and be like, "Hey guys, we want to coach you through life. Why don't you tune into the next one?"
But we got our own problems, though.
Yeah, we got our own problems,
That's
bro.
not you lot's ethos, though. So I wouldn't worry about that being the thing, innit? Like you lot are here having real conversations that people are listening and they're listening to, and they're like, "I see myself in you guys, innit?" Or you're my boys. That what the podcasts do is the extension of someone else feeling like they know you, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why podcasts to me have become so powerful is it like people who are maybe in mad places or they just want to feel like their people are around them and they can listen, they can slap on Can Podcast, they can slap on Joe Rogan, they can slap on, whoever, like fucking Joe Budden, whoever, bro, because they feel like, you know what, that's my boys, they're speaking to me, and they can also fill that void of me feeling sometimes a bit alone, right?
100.
So that's where it is, bro. So like, don't worry, like you lot are producing content and you're producing real content as long as it's coming from a real place. That's all I ever hope.
It's always coming from a real place. Yeah,
with anything you do, just make sure it's like is it coming from that that place, that deeper one. If it's coming there, then that's fine, bro. No pretense.
Yeah, man. And that's essentially how we're kind of approaching this. It's not necessarily, we're not gonna sit out here. We always say this. We're not here trying to be a life coach. We're not here trying to tell you how you should live your life and whatnot. I've got my problems. I've got so many problems, bro.
Bro, we all got
so many problems.
We stay having woes.
Bro.
You know we stay having woes, bro.
And it still goes back. And it still goes back to what you were saying earlier about of like how are you posting yourself online?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, are you actually, like, when people see your profile on the socials, like if you go through most people, majority of people's profiles, it's set up in a way where it represents the way that they want to be seen. They post certain lifestyle. They post pictures from a certain night. They post a picture with a certain friend, picture with a certain outfit. They want to be like associated with those things that they are posting up.
Does that bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me, but I feel like because I do it, you do it, we all do it. We're never gonna post a picture of us in like
looking
broken,
bummy.
I mean,
my house clothes.
You know what I mean? I might do, but but like we all do it, and we, some of us don't necessarily do it because we're expecting a certain level of coverage or a certain level of love and nothing like that. We just, I like this picture. Post this up, post that up. But there's another group of people out there who are very much in the matrix of like social media. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, I've met some people of socials. I've been to an event, and I see someone online. They've got like 30, 40,000 followers,
and you see them in person,
and I see them in person. I'm like, why do you have so many people follow you? You are so uninteresting.
Yeah, yeah, bro. But that's
you're just a regular person,
bro.
Like you are so,
a lot of like, and you know what's even mad? Like, and I think it's weird because I was even working with someone before, and he was like, "Oh, bro, like I can tell you don't use like socials too much." I was like, "How come?" He's like, "Bro, I can just tell you're not like the way that you think and the way you talk. You can see if you're not being influenced." And then it made me realize, bro, I was like, "Shit, you can tell when someone's like, there's this group think, right?
Yeah.
So there's Twitter speak, I call it.
Yeah.
So you can tell when people have been banging out Twitter and the phrases that people are using on Twitter, that there's this like autonomous way of living, like that is just this one spirit where people act like they're very different and independent, but they're all just getting like, they're all creating their personas on
everyone's just echoing each other.
Exactly, bro. So you come to these
especially Twitter as well.
This is it, bro. Terminology, bro. You can hear it literally. Watch next time you're chilling with certain people, and they'll be dropping lines that you literally read on Twitter, right? And it's like,
from Twitter.
That's just it. They're learning. They're deep learning. They've done more revision on Twitter than they did their degree.
Bro, so the way that is, bro, that means they ain't speaking from their own mind. Then.
Well, this is it, and this is it. Sometimes, bro. Even you following like the blog pages and all of them things, bro. It starts molding the way that you view the world, innit? So the way that you got to start speaking about relationships, the way you start speaking about like the way that you need to be dressing, the way that you feel like you need to be accepted. But then the problem is, say me trying to just live life as what I am, I go out into a world where everyone's been influenced by that, and in the way that I'm connecting to them, they think I'm the anomaly. They think I'm weird because I'm the one that's like, right, but this guy ain't doing that. You know what I mean? He ain't acting, because they're so used to being in this bubble like of this is how we do it now. Like you obviously aren't using socials. You're an uncle. Or you're
uncle,
so it's a mad one, bro. I sometimes think that you can resist, but where you gonna live? You're going to the mountains, like you know what I mean. You're gonna stay and do your thing,
Instagram and everything.
Or my hope is that there's always still people who are like, you know, checking themselves, and you always meet real people. The real connections are everywhere. But if we're talking about like mass, especially that even in London, there's just a very like there's a way of living and being, and anything who doesn't sit or think like that, people are questioning your motives. Like you're weird. So that's what I think is a bit weird about the whole situation.
I feel like the society now expects you to kind of hold certain values that is kind of implemented from like certain social groups.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? It's
100%.
Like, oh, they, you know, they're just as important, or their opinions or their feelings is just as important. So you kind of have to kind of conform to that.
And you get it. I get it, bro. No one likes being the pariah, bro. You know what I mean? You grow up like to be a part of a group is survival. So it makes sense that when you're seeing things evolve, you try and move with it, innit? So I'm not getting at anyone, innit? It's not easy, but it's harder to be like.
You also want to feel accepted.
100%.
That's what it is.
Because maybe more time they don't accept. Like if you felt yourself really and truly, you come as you were, wherever you are, innit? But if you just want to make sure that you're accepted in any rooms, and you just the way you enter the room is going to be in a way that you're like, rah, these are accept, man. If I come in like this, if I and I'm not saying like I'm fully above it, because you know there are times you catch yourself, but the goal is, and like I said, the mission of is like, how do you move into your most authentic self? So that's the truth, and that's what I probably, it's been wherever I've been. It's been trying to move into that space. So when I come back from Peace of No Mind, I'm not moving through the loops. It's more of like, oh shit, like he's gone away, he's done some learning, he's done some like questioning, coming back with some new questions and a new perspective. Some growth, bro. Acting like growth isn't there for everyone. It is, bro. It's like, it's for us. But yeah, bro, I feel like I'm on a preacher man tip though. Real, innit?
No. Yeah. We're all kind of chipping in with it, man. And you know, and you touched on like earlier, you said something about stepping into a room, and now, you know, the way we're kind of going into how technology itself is kind of evolving with the whole kind of metaverse thing. It kind of amplifies what we're sitting here and saying in terms of just kind of having a real relationship, real kind of connection, and like real conversations with people.
Glad you said that, bro. Those are the words, bro.
Yeah, like,
how do you have because connections like becoming, but it's hard to connect with someone when you're both not connecting from the realest place, innit? But the more time, you can't do it because you feel vulnerable. So the way that you really want to be like, yo, bro, like this is what's troubling, man, or bro, like this is where I'm at, or like, yo, bro, I've been questioning this. You feel like you can't do it to the people that you've known when they're not necessarily trying to connect on that space, innit? So that's why it can sometimes leave you in spaces where you're just a bit like, man, let me just go with the flow sort of thing. But really, bro, you never forget someone who you've had a real connection with. Never forget, like, you know what I mean? And you should just hope that your life is filled with anyone around you who you just can be real and come as you are, innit? That should be your dream. Like the North Star should be like, I want to be an adult with just people around me that can be my brothers, or be like 100% who and where I am, innit? And I think that should be the dream, innit? But really, and it goes back to the peace of mind and finding that mentality, like, of the place where you're content. Like, you will never be content when you're not able to just sit in yourself and be like, bro, this is what it is. And then, man, accept man for whatever it is, because I'm just here and I exist. I exist.
And I'm your own company.
This is it, bro. I'm here. I'm now, bro. I'm here, bro. So I'm existing, bro.
You know, a lot of people find it hard to sit in their own kind of space, in their own head. Like, that's why you have.
It's scary for them.
You know, that's why you have the distraction and like phones and whatnot. Sometimes, I swear to God, like, I'd like to just put everything away, be in deep thought. Just be in deep thought.
I've done that the other day. I come back from work. I wasn't even sad or anything, bro. I came back and I just felt exhausted of a day's work of just being around children. And I just laid down on my sofa and I was just thinking, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to get done. Thinking about the podcast, thinking about who I want on the show. But just like certain times, you need to just go through that process.
Strategize
and think about what you're planning in the near future, bro. It's like, I just need that me time. You know what I mean?
Like, and after that, you just jump straight on Instagram and
like, man, what the thing say? Cool, big booty bitches. And that was about 5 minutes.
Nah, that's real, bro. No, I'm playing, bro, but that's it is. It's real, bro. It is good to hear, innit? It is one of those, innit? But yeah, man, it's just how you feel in that time and stuff. But there's no right or wrong, really.
And some people don't even like silence, though. That's the thing as well. Have you noticed here? Like, you've been around some people, and they just want to talk all the time. They always want some sort of noise. And sometimes you're like,
silence can be uncomfortable, bro, especially when you don't know that. And I get that sometimes. Because me, I can and like just rattle on it. Like, but really, like, sometimes sometimes you don't, if you've known someone and they're really your people, you can just be like, bro, if we're silent, like, I'm still your boy.
There's no issue. That's
we're
cool.
allowed to be silent. We can sit in a room and be silent. Don't mean I dislike you.
No.
Like, but you should know me long enough to be like, it's cool to be silent. We haven't fallen out. We're not less friends.
There's no issue.
Well, exactly.
You might get that text later where they're like, bro, is everything good? Like, you a bit quiet, bro.
Bro, I was just literally, I was high, bro. What do you mean, bro? I was
zoned.
I was zoned, bro. I was chilling. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, man. And I think, man, just kind of coming off that, like, peace of mind is so important, man. And just kind of getting rid of the illusion of what all these other external things that you could, you don't need to have, you don't need to intake that. You know what I'm saying? There's so where we suffer a lot because we put like expectations on ourselves by looking at so many things that makes us question ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And then first and foremost, that comes from social media. I'm not going to sit here and say, don't use social media. We're not going to be those guys. We use social media. I like use. I feel like there's anything that's ever been invented, it's been invented with good intentions, and I just feel like the people that use it, use it for good or bad. I think it's the person that that uses it kind of, and how they implement it. That's that is the personal kind of choices that you make with it. Like, for instance, I always say, tax. People say tax is bad. Tax is. I say tax is quite good. I think tax is good. I think tax, if we don't have tax, then there's a lot of stuff that we don't.
Hospitals, schools.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
I mean, I like the concept of tax, but I don't like how much tax we pay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear that.
My shit.
Like,
but do you think, like, because, like, and this is probably a question, because the generation we grew up in, we never had like access to phones. We did, like, on my line, there was Walkmans, you were doing the Bluetooth, you were sending the infrared.
But that was like later on, though, when you was in primary school. There's kids in primary with phones, bro.
So you know the gap between not having social media and, like, seeing a world where you've adapted to using it. So you kind of know that you can live in either, like, and you can get by. But there are literally, I sometimes wonder, bro, like I'm like, there are some kids who all they've known is like that boom, 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 boom.
Bro.
Like, and a lot of people now, so when you're asking some of these younger generation, what is it you want to do? What do you want to be? A lot of the stuff's like come off the back of like stuff that they see on social media. So when
you go into schools, I'm sure. Sorry to cut you, bro. But when you even go into now, obviously you work in schools and whatnot. I'm sure when you ask most of your students now, what do you want to be when you grow older? Yeah. Before it might have been footballer. Now it's YouTuber.
Streamer. I hear a lot of kids want to be a game streamer, like Twitch.
You know what I'm saying?
Stuff like that. Yeah, do that for a living, bro.
Yeah, but people are making. This is what I'm saying. People are making money, bro. So when I'm meeting these 20-year-olds who have like got mortgages and and they're going on these mats, but they've literally managed to like game the thing we're talking about, bro. They've maxed it out
and teams and all of that.
Exactly, bro. So it's hard to say to someone, don't do that, innit? But it's just weird that that's the aspirations, right? Because it's changed. It's weird, and I don't know what the future then looks like in like 20 years from now. Like I just don't know, bro. And I worry, and if it's going back to mental states and I worry for someone who's maybe even got the nice things at like 20 and then in their like 40s, like you spent your whole life on socials. I don't know, bro. It's a weird one. Maybe it's not my worry to worry about.
Normality as well, bro. Like
you do, bro.
Away from all of that,
you do,
and just focus on you, family, building relationships.
Yeah, real relationships.
Yeah. You go on social media, that's not really real.
Yeah. So you sometimes, I think my boy said it as well. He's like, sometimes you think you're maintaining friendships with someone when you're responding to their stories, or like and like that's the way that you're built. Like you're still like, nah, bro. Like we're chatting in the inbox. Like that's not real connection, bro.
It's not.
So you're not really like maintaining it. Say we could spend 2 years never meeting up, but you just like laughing under my stories, and I'm like, we're British.
But then ask him, when was the last time he was on the phone?
Exactly.
When was the last time?
What's happening with him? He's all right. I can't answer any of them questions. Do you know what I mean?
Commenting on these pics.
It's mad, bro. It's proper mad, man.
We can't put people on pedestals, man.
Yeah,
we can't put, especially celebrities, especially like any human being. Human beings are full of mistakes, full of like the same things that you suffer from. They suffer from it. There's no point in, obviously you use certain people as an inspiration. Their life journey might inspire you to live a certain way, and so on and so forth. But to put put someone above everything else, or this is like the guy, this guy, you know what I'm saying, like. And touching on that, like we'll come and touch on like the whole Will situation.
That's literally for that. Yeah, you're putting someone on pedestals.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I was about to say what Will.
Yeah.
Yeah.